Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Well, this episode was something. It was something. Let's talk about. Can't believe I'm saying that. Let's talk about Carly's bachelorette party. So Sasha and Willow are talking for a little bit, and Willow's not there explaining how Chase can walk, and it's very exciting, but she also has to sit there and tell Chase about Michael and, how waiting so long wound up pretty much blowing up in her face because it wound up doing more damage in the end. And of course, Sasha was like, no, you didn't really have a choice, and this, that, and the third. I'm like, no, Sasha, do not co-sign her BS. Okay, that's one of the things, and I get, as a friend, you don't want to sit there and pile on to the fact that they messed up. But sometimes being a friend means that you actually have to tell the truth, even when it's not the most popular or nice thing to do. So I always really dislike when they sit there and try to practically co-sign their BS. And somewhere along the lines, Carly comes in, because Sasha's not there complaining to Willow about his side gigs or whatever, and how he may be associated with the mob again. And I'm gonna be really honest, and that actually just annoyed me, and it's been annoying me for quite a while. Actually, tell you the truth, every time that she sits there and starts being like, oh, you're gonna be in the mob again, and if you're in the mob, then I don't want anything to do with you, and you're like Sam, she pissed me off, okay? Because she knew that he was working with Sonny to take down Cyrus, and yet you still chose to have sex with this man and have a child with this man. But now you want to sit there and start whining and bitching about his life. Like, that's just so annoying. You knew exactly who you were getting in bed with at the time. But now it's, no. It just annoys the living hell out of me. And I just, after a while, I just kind of tuned her out. I just really didn't care. And I get the feeling that, I understand that she doesn't want, her life or her child to be like, Sonny and Michael and, the mob and stuff like that. But that's something you signed for a long time ago. So, it's hard for me to actually have any sort of sympathy for her. Now, at some point, she wasn't there talking to Brando and, talking about, oh, what's the side gigs? What's going on? And then he gets a call. And long story short, side gig is, I feel like I need something stronger to actually say this. I'm being a stripper. Listen, on one hand, I'm not going to sit there and knock the dude. I'm not. Listen, if you got it, do what you got to do. And it's also hypocritical for me to even really knock the dude, considering what I do. So I'm like, yo, bro, do your thing. I just really don't want to watch. And it's a good thing I actually had the fast forward button. Yeah, he does his little, he does his thing. He does his thing, and then Sasha finds out, and she's okay with it. Because, not working for the mob, and apparently it's a lot safer, which, I'm going to be honest, I don't know exactly how much more safer it is. I mean, he danced with the wrong woman, and the wrong guy finds out. But, she's satisfied, and so she won't really be complaining that much. I mean, she wasn't, she wasn't okay with the idea that while Brando isn't necessarily working for what the hell? While Brando wasn't working directly with the mob as far as like working for Carly. He was kind of keeping his ear to the ground to find out information. And, you know, Carly's saying he's going to be safe, he's going to be fine. And, you know, Sasha's just like, yo, I'm not with that because anything can happen, which is true. So I don't know. But again, I also don't really care about Sasha and her whining about, you know, Brando's mob life because, yeah. Sam. Well, Sam is sitting there talking to Curtis about the whole Drew plane crash and Crichton Clark and all that other stuff. But, you know, Curtis is like, yeah, we can't really talk right now. And, you know, Sam finds out that, you know, Jason is throwing his bachelor party. And so now she looks all, like, upset. And I'm just like, I don't care. Actually, to tell you the truth, and I know this is going to sound like a dick for me to sit there and say this, but I'm going to sit there and say this anyway. Good. Good. If you're upset about this, good. Because you chose that. I still remember that feeling of me being so angry with the way that she broke up with Jason. You know? Just last minute, completely blindsided him. So her being all upset and stuff like that, I'm like, I wish I actually had something sweet to sit there and eat while I was sitting there watching it. Because you deserve all that pain. And, you know, she walks up to Jason and says, congratulations, and I'm happy for you. And I'm just like, Sam, just go. Just go, because this is just painful to watch. Well, it's not painful for me to watch. I'm actually enjoying it. But it's just, this is painful for you. You're practically lying right to this guy's face. Just go. Now, Jason, Michael, and Spinelli are congratulating Jason on his marriage. And you know why I'm saying it like that, because I just generally don't care. But anyway, they're drinking, they're enjoying, you know, their time together. Not gonna lie, I was getting kind of annoyed and a little bored. And Joey Novak comes in, and not gonna lie, it actually got interesting. He comes in there, and he just pretty much acts like a dick. He acts like a dick the whole time, and he's not there trying to provoke Jason into a fight. And of course, you know, Joey, the coward that he is, had to sit there and bring backup. Maybe this guy should learn how to take some self-defense classes, because after the first ass kicking that he got from Jason, you would sit there and think that, you know what, maybe I should, you know, be prepared next time. No, he just decides to be a coward and bring a couple of his boys there like that was really going to help. So he's sitting there trying to provoke Jason. At one point, he's sitting there talking about how Carly is this and Carly is that and Carly is super hot. And Michael was like, yeah, you're not going to sit there and start, like, no, that's not going down. But Jason's like, alright, now listen. You pay for the drinks, he paid for their drinks, which, to be honest, I don't really know why he did. I guess maybe that was a way of him, like, you know, being a dick himself. But he pays for the drinks, he walks out, well, him and Spinelli and Michael, you know, begin to leave. And Joey starts talking about Sonny and, you know, having sex with his wife and all this other stuff like that. And Spinelli got upset. Then there was a fight. I wish I would have saw the fight, but, you know, I partly wanted to see the fight because I wanted to see how everyone was on the ground except for Jason and his crew. But given the fact that their stunts sometimes are very, well, questionable at best, I guess I just have to leave it up to the imagination. But everyone's on the floor. Jason's about to walk out, and the woman that was, you know, being a bartender or whatever, wanted to call the cops. Which, of course, it was Dante. And pretty much everyone got arrested. Now, Joey Snither, whining, and he's all bleeding and talking about, oh, I was Snither trying to give him a congratulations and he just started with me. I'm like, you are such a... But anyway, everyone got arrested. Bobby Snither talking to Carly about Jason and their connection and everything, and I'm not gonna lie, I really did not care about any of it. Like, halfway through, I'm literally watching it, I'm like, ugh. Like, part of me wanted to fast forward it, but I knew there was a good chance I might miss something important, which I didn't. It just wanted to just annoy me. So, that was not fun. Let's talk about Nixon Falls. So Phyllis and Sonny are talking. Nina walks in. And, before Nina walked in, Sonny was like, I can't really go anywhere with her. Because she wants me to sit there and try to remember my past or whatever, Try to remember who I was. And at some point, Phyllis... I'm not gonna lie, this actually pissed me off. I mean, she's been annoying me for quite a while. And she comes out of nowhere and she's all like, oh, haven't you learned nothing from Lenny's death? I'm like, okay, so let me get this straight. You're gonna use your husband's death to try to push these two together. I don't even know how to take that. I don't know if I should sit there and say that's just incredibly disrespectful to your husband by trying to use him as a prop to throw these two together. Or is that just some sort of, like weird manipulation? Like, either way, I really didn't feel that scene. And it was just like, lady, are you... I want to sit there and say, lady, are you kidding me? But she's been doing this since Nina got there. She's been trying to push these two together since Nina got there. So, to be honest, I'm not really surprised. I'm just more, I guess, disgusted that she actually tried to use Lenny as some sort of, to manipulate them into getting together. Which... By the way, did she just not hear what Sonny said when Sonny was like, she doesn't want to sit there and move forward until I know about my past? Anyway, Nina stands firm on the fact that, they can't really get together until he learns more about his past. And I'm not gonna lie, he seemed like he's kind of annoyed. He's just like, oh, well, you know who I am, yada, yada, yada. I mean, this guy is really just giving 0 Fs to even wanting to know about his past. And it almost looks like he's acting like it's some sort of chore or something, like, oh, I gotta do this before I can do that? Like... And in some ways, the fact that he's pushing so hard against not trying to remember who he is, it just, in some ways, it's like his character to me is just really becoming unrecognizable, which is sad and scary. I've been watching the show since 2001. I got to a point where I used to watch this show so much that I would, when Sonny would sit there and talk, or he would sit there and react to certain scenes, it was almost like I knew exactly what he was going to say, or how he was going to react. Because I just loved the character that much. And I don't know what this guy is. He has pieces of Sonny, but it's just it's not him. I just, I don't know, I guess to me it's so, I guess, disheartening, because he's been my guy, he's been one of my guys for years, and seeing this version act like, oh, I don't really even care about my past, I just want to sit there and just do this and be with you, and why I gotta do all that? It's who are you? Anyway, he's... He says that he loves Nina. He's like, I'm in love with you. And Nina doesn't say anything back. He's like, you say it when you're ready. And he walks off. And, well, I mean, you know, she just has that stupid look on her face like she always does. Dante and, Sam, you know, they seem like they're getting more closer. And at one point, you know, Sam was like, you know, it's like I admire someone who does everything that they can to sit there and support, you know, their kids and stuff like that. You know, like even if it is stripping or whatever. And then she makes some sort of off comment. Well, not some sort of off. She makes some sort of flirt comment about how, you know, he used to sit there and like strip for like, you know, like it'll be a shame if he doesn't strip or whatever. And you know, Dante was like, yo, I'm not, like, I got, I'm a cop, I don't need to take off my clothes, but, it's cool. But it seemed like they're getting a little bit closer or whatever until he gets the call to pretty much arrest Jason. You know, I mean, like I said, I'm not really into couplings and stuff like that. I think it's a little weird that they share a sibling, but besides that, I mean, if they want to, you know, like, get together. I know a lot of people are not liking it. I mean, there's people that don't like it because they want Sam with Jason. There's people that want Dante with Lulu. But I don't really see that whole Lulu thing really happening for a very long time. And at least not with the same actress, because I don't know why, but it seems like... I don't know. I mean, they got rid of her for a reason. I don't know what that reason was, but they got rid of her for a reason. So even if they do get Lulu back, I feel like it's going to be another actress. Which, to be honest, I'm actually okay with. Unless somehow this new actress actually does worse. But I doubt it. I doubt it. Curtis seems like he gets some sort of information from Phyllis as far as... you know, because he wants to sit there and find out if she knew anyone that worked there, like if she still kept in contact with anyone as far as Crichton Clark, I think that's the name of the hospital. And she does know someone. She gave him the number, so he's going to sit there and call. And I guess, you know, they're a few steps closer to, I guess, finding Drew, which... I'm not gonna lie, I really miss like Cameron scenes as far as Drew goes. That would have been really needed today in this episode. And finally, Jax practically interrogates Ava into trying to find out more about Mystic Falls as far as you know, who is Nina seeing? Tries to get information out of her. But to be honest, she doesn't really know that much. Like, yeah, she knows that that Nina's seeing someone, first name Mike, but she doesn't really know too much of anything else. So all they pretty much want to doing is just going back and forth. And, you know, to be honest, I think what Jax want to, I guess, find out was, did Ava know about Nina hiding Sonny away from pretty much everyone else? But she didn't really know that much more than he did. So when he left, he's just like, you know what, listen, I'm gonna go down there myself. So this should be interesting. I think that's about it. The thing is, so far in these last couple weeks, they've been setting up some good stuff. The Drew stuff, the Victor Castellan stuff, which I definitely gonna sit there and watch some clips of him. What else you got? The Drew stuff. You know, they're setting up a lot of different things. You got Cyrus, you got the Novaks. They're setting up a lot of good stuff. it's taking its slow, sweet time to get there, though. You know, episodes like this just kind of reminds you that, like, yes, they're setting stuff up to be, like, big, great episodes. We're not there yet. So, it's... Like, I know I've been pretty harsh on these episodes, but I can't sit there and lie and be like, oh, man, this episode was so great, when it was just like... Well, this episode didn't suck. I mean, it was part I didn't like, but... I know I've been very critical about these episodes, and I know that they are setting up some good stuff. It's just like, when is this stuff actually going to happen? I don't know. I'm not really there for the whole Carly and Jason stuff. Watching Carly talk to Bobby about their relationship, it just was... This wasn't my cup of tea, obviously. But, I mean, if everyone else enjoyed it, that's great. If everyone else, well, I know everyone else enjoyed the whole Brando stuff, so that's cool. Sasha's still kind of annoying me a little bit with her whole, oh, I hope you don't go back to the mob, because it's not like you weren't working with the mob before we decided to have, like, sex and have a kid, but whatever. She is just getting on my nerves about that. And, of course, like always, Olivia is that they're trying to butt in Dante's love life, because I guess that's just her, like, thing and her stick or whatever. It's supposed to be funny to someone. I don't know. You know, sometimes with Olivia, sometimes I'm just like... A lot of times she's in these scenes and she's sitting there nagging her son, but it's like... I think the only time I've actually enjoyed her scenes this whole year is the scenes with, like, her and Robert, the whole Ned cheating stuff, like, all that stuff was great. Scenes like this, when she's just there nagging her son, it's like, alright, I get it, you're Dante's mom, but did you really need to be in this episode today? I mean, I guess you sort of had to a little bit. It's like she talked to Carly, but it's like, I don't know, sometimes I find her character be kind of, like, pointless. I don't know. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I hope everyone has a great weekend. I'm pretty sure Monday's gonna be a rerun. So Tuesday through Friday. Yeah. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank everyone for watching. Be safe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I will see you in the next video.